This is 7 National News, and in our top story, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Crown Prince of Dubai and Chairman of the Dubai Executive Council, honoured on Saturday afternoon the winners of UAE Drones for Good Award and UAE AI Robotics Award for Good. A total of 40 projects were shortlisted for both the awards, 20 from inside the country, including 10 for UAE Drones Award and 10 for UAE AI Robotics Award for Good. The finalists were selected from 1,017 entries from 165 countries. His Highness was briefed on a number of high-tech projects presented by the participating teams who provide practical and innovative solutions in economy, humanitarian and scientific research areas. A low-weight communication equipment project developed by Nokia won the UAE Drones for Good Award in the international category, while Sanad Academy project won the award in the national category in Dubai. The international project, 7 Lines, carried a prize money of $1 million, while the national category winner, Sanad Academy, was handed 1 million dirhams of prize money. The Sanad Academy project is based on the idea of inventing a drone that can locate drowning victims and offer assistance immediately. The award in its second year as part of the third UAE Drones for Good Award, the UAE AI Robotics for Good Award aims to support innovation in the key area of artificial intelligence and robotics, focusing on the practical use for society's greater good in areas such as health, education and social services. Estimates suggest that 1 in 5 people in the UAE are diabetic between the ages of 20 and 79. Meanwhile, the obesity rate in the country is double the world average. In response to these alarming statistics, the New York University Abu Dhabi has launched a first-of-its-kind UAE Health Future study with the aim to build a safer and healthier future for the country. His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan bin Khalifa Al Nahyan, the chairman of the His Highness Sheikh Sultan bin Khalifa Al Nahyan Humanitarian and Scientific Foundation, and senior ministers of UAE Ministry of Health and Prevention attended the launch ceremony today of this long-term health study. The study exclusively focuses on UAE nationals to understand why obesity, diabetes and heart disease are common in the UAE. Representatives revealed that the UAE Health Future Study, which is being conducted by researchers at the New York University Abu Dhabi in partnership with NYU Langone Medical Center, was originally conceived in 2012 with a pilot study, originally initiated in 2014 and 15. 20,000 UAE nationals between 18 and 40 are currently being recruited to participate in the study, which is said to be completed by 2018. This will be followed by a progressive report, which will be rolled out in 2 phases, 2023 and 28 respectively. Although Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait and Qatar all feature in the top 15 countries in terms of diabetes prevalence worldwide, recent studies suggest that the UAE has one of the highest rates of lifestyle diseases, including obesity, diabetes and heart disease in the world. According to officials, the results of the long-term study will enable health authorities to create a strategy around prevention, finding the associated risk factors and possibly a cure for these serious health conditions.
All previous studies in the UAE have been what are called cross-sectional studies. They measure the risk factors and the outcome at the same time. The unique feature of this study is that we recruit people before they have the disease, we measure their risk factors at baseline, and then we follow them for a number of years until they develop the disease. So some of the risk factors for these diseases are known, so lack of physical activity, unhealthy diet. There are some genetic factors, so people are predisposed to developing diabetes and obesity because of their genetic background. These are some of the explanations, but until we do a study like this, we don't know for certain.
We are looking at physical activity, diabetes, we are looking at lifestyle factors. So we are looking at lifestyle factors. The study looks at nutrition and physical activity, and there are many ways you can, a participant can participate in the research. One is through going to our center in the Abu Dhabi Blood Bank, and one is going to the Al Ain Regional Blood Bank in Al Ain. We are recruiting 20,000 UAE nationals, and we hope that through the study we can help the researchers and the scientific community answer many questions that are unanswered.
The world needs to spend a further $1.3 billion to wipe out polio. Christopher Mleiha, manager for polio eradication and emergency support at the World Health Organization, was quoted in local reports as saying that the world is closer than ever in achieving that goal, but more money is needed to reach children in operationally challenging areas. He stated that by eradicating polio, the world will reap savings upwards of $50 billion funds that can be used to address other pressing public health needs, adding that failure to eradicate polio would result in a global resurgence of the disease with 200,000 new cases every single year within 10 years, all over the world. Polio is an infectious disease caused by the polio virus and in a small percentage of cases can cause muscle weakness. That means that sufferers are unable to move. Polio is now close to becoming the second human disease after smallpox to be eradicated. In 2011, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation announced a partnership that made a combined donation of $100 million to buy and deliver vaccines to children in Afghanistan and Pakistan. In 2013, the UAE hosted the inaugural Global Vaccine Summit in Abu Dhabi, where His Highness committed a further $120 million between 2013 and 18. Part of the pledge specifically supports polio vaccination activities in high-risk areas of Pakistan. Dubai police conducted 26,237 land rescue and 290 sea rescue missions in 2016, all within the 12-minute response time. Brigadier Dr. Mohammed Nasser Al-Razuqi, the Deputy Director of the Rescue and Transportation Department and Dubai Police, was quoted as saying that their teams are ready anytime to rescue people and work around the clock to respond to rescue missions. In 2015, Dubai Police conducted 24,860 rescue missions, including 186 sea rescue missions. Rescue missions carried out by the department included extricating traffic accident victims stuck in the vehicles, rescuing people who got lost in the desert, and rescuing people trapped in homes or elevators. Dubai Police also attended to 64 sea accidents in which one person was killed and 72 others were injured last year, as compared to 56 sea accidents, resulting in 2 deaths and injuries to 69 people in 2015. Dubai Police have asked the public to call 999 for emergencies and provide accurate details of the locations so the police can reach the emergency site in a matter of minutes. Innovative thinking is the way forward in life as the world is rapidly becoming a more of an interconnected place. That was the message of speakers who joined for this year's first BoldTalks event. The free-to event once again attracted a large audience who gathered at the Duck Theatre in Mall of the Emirates to listen to talks conducted by a number of speakers who shared their experiences and urged for what they describe as creative and innovative way of thinking. The event, titled BoldTalks Innovation, returned for its 4th year, and its program featured a total of 9 discussions, which included food security, myths of a connected world, genetics and education, to name a few. According to the organizers, BoldTalks have become a regular meeting point for people who seek thought-provoking experiences, open-minded attitudes that embrace change and seek more than the status quo. It was added that the event is all about finding people who crave knowledge in the pursuit of positive change.
In principle, we bring a selection of very diverse discussions from all around the world by some very, very credible speakers. Strictly non-political and non-religious. The idea is that we touch on different topics that every single person sitting in the audience, regardless of what his or her academic or professional background is, that they can put these presented topics in their own personal context and be challenged by these discussions and try to understand what do these discussions mean to them? What do they mean to their family? What do they mean to their community? What do they mean to the world that they live in?
Among the popular talks during the event included that of Dr. Sharif Nahas, clinical geneticist, who also joined to discuss a new era in rapid precision medicine and genomics being used to save lives. This will include the story of world record-setting fastest genetic diagnosis and how precision medicine is now providing medication for patients based on an individual's genetic makeup. Meanwhile, the event also featured a talk by Vice President of Global Sales Strategy of Philip Morris, who led a talk about the positive impact on a team's performance through instilling the notion of purpose.
the future right now is really genomics. And so not only can we help to better our lives using our genetic information, but physicians and hospitals can also use genetics to help diagnose acutely ill children, newborns, prenatal genetics, to give families a way to have informative knowledge to make decisions, to help their children get the care that they need. So this is all tailored, personalized precision medicine, things that haven't been brought to the area in Dubai before, or even in the Emirates.
My opinion is that you need to build internal disruptions. So if you don't disrupt yourself, sooner or later you're going to be disrupted by others. So that's why I think the remedy for that is to develop agile culture, to become fast, to change the way you operate, to create small teams, to go into innovation and move out of the box in order to get prepared for this kind of inevitable things.
The first detailed survey of the plants of the Wadi Wurayah National Park in the Emirate of Hegira has shown that the area is home to over 25% of all plant species known in the UAE and adjacent parts of northern Oman. Details of the survey carried out by researcher Gary Fuellner are reported in the latest issue of the academic journal Tribulus, published by the Abu Dhabi-based Emirates National Natural History Group, covering an area of 221 square kilometers of the Hegira Mountains inland from the coastal town of Bidiyah. The Wadi Wurayah National Park was formally created in 2009 by His Highness Sheikh Hamad bin Mohammed Al-Sharghi, the Supreme Council member and ruler of Hegira. The only permanent waterfall in the UAE is located within the park and has traditionally been a popular tourist spot, but the rest of the park has been largely free from human impact. The park has more permanent surface water, such as streams and small pools, than any other parts of the UAE's mountains. Initial studies of the plants to be found in the area were carried out in the 1980s. At that time, the area was described in the first book on the plants of the UAE as being wild and almost inaccessible. Fuellner, whose own investigations of the area began in the late 1980s, carried out his detailed baseline study in 2013 and 14. As a result of his work and of earlier records, Fuellner has identified a total of 202 native plant species within the area of the park. These include 8 species which are regional endemics, meaning that they are only known from the UAE and adjacent areas of Oman. 2 of the species have not been recorded anywhere else in the country. In all, just over 800 plant species have so far been identified in the UAE. And finally, in the bulletin, as temperatures across the UAE are expected to remain low for the next few weeks, there is plenty of outdoor adventure for the UAE residents to get involved in, particularly with a host of activities offered by Mleiha. The sand dunes of Sharjah have always been a popular spot among campers and adventure seekers during the winter months, and this year there is a wide range of options for the visitors to take part in. For those looking for an insight into the history of the region, can head over to the Mleiha Archaeological Centre or even join one of the regular tours which will take visitors to the Mleiha Fort, the castle, the ancient farmhouse, the historical graveyards and the caves built by Mleiha's first inhabitants more than 130,000 years ago. In addition to the guided and walking tours, the ecotourism destination has plenty to offer for those seeking an off-road adventure, with paramotoring and driving through the sand dunes in a 4x4. After a day of adventure, visitors can also unwind and soak in the atmosphere at the Sunset Lounge, which is located next to the Fossil Rock, where one can also attend a talk conducted by an astronomer. More information about the destination can be found on their website at discovermleiha.ae.